Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into the secrets of a long, healthy life. And what if I told you the key wasn't just about living longer, but living better? Well, we're going to unpack all of it, based on the incredible work of Dr. William Li.
Okay, so first things first, let's just completely flip the script on what we're actually aiming for here. It's really not about just trying to hit some big number like 100 years old.
And Dr. Li just nails it with this. The goal isn't to book a ticket for some show way off in the distant future. It's about making the entire ride enjoyable. It's about having a real joy of living, you know?
So that's the big question, right? What is the secret? Well, that exact question is what sent scientists on this incredible quest to understand a very special group of people called super-agers.
And here's where it gets really interesting. When they went looking for the answer to this mystery, they didn't find it where you'd think. Not at all.
So picture this. A team of scientists in Bologna, Italy, starts looking at adults across their entire lifespan. I mean, from people in their 20s all the way up to folks who are over 100. They wanted to see if anything at all, really stood out in that super-ager group.
But here's the kicker. They didn't just default to looking at their genes, which, is the first place everyone usually looks when it comes to long life. They took a totally different route. That's right. They looked somewhere else entirely. They looked in their gut. Yeah, you heard that right. The investigation led them straight to that bustling, microscopic world inside us, our gut microbiome.
Okay, let's really get into this, because what they found is just wow. They were on the hunt, looking for any specific bacteria that were just way more common in the super-agers compared to, well, everyone else.
And bam, they hit the jackpot. They found these 4 rock star bacteria. You've got Otoribacter, which is great at fighting off the bad guys. Then there's Oxalacibacter, which helps keep our metabolism running smoothly. Third is Christensenalisi, a mouthful I know, but it's a huge sign of overall health. And last, one you might have heard of, Akkermansia, which is a total powerhouse for your immune system. Now, out of that fantastic 4, Akkermansia is kind of like the lead singer of the band. It's become a true superstar in gut health research, and scientists are finding out it has some pretty incredible superpowers. So get this, scientists found this tiny little particle on its outer shell. They're calling it P9. And what's crazy is that even if the bacteria is dead, totally pulverized, this little P9 particle just floating around still works. It actually tells your gut to make more of its own natural GLP-1, which is a super important hormone for your metabolism and blood sugar.
And Dr. Li has this perfect way of putting it. He calls it shrapnel. It's just a fragment, a tiny piece, but it's still biologically useful, still doing its job. I mean, that's just wild, right? It shows you how powerful these little microbes really are.
So the big takeaway here is that these 4 bacteria are like your body's own special forces team. They work together to lower inflammation, fight infections, keep your metabolism in check, and even improve circulation. And this is so important. Because as Dr. Li points out, a lot of elderly people don't die from things like heart attacks, they die from infections. This is your internal army fighting for you.
Okay, so you think that's amazing? Well, buckle up, because the story takes another crazy turn. It turns out the gut isn't the only place where this all matters.
For the longest time, for decades, it was medical gospel. The brain is sterile, like a clean room. No germs allowed. End of story.
Well, guess what? That is totally 100% wrong. In just the last few years, that fundamental idea has been completely shattered.
It turns out our brain has its own microbiome. I'll say that again, a brain microbiome. It's not as packed as the gut, sure, but about 20% of the bacterial diversity we find in our gut is also living in our brain. Just let that sink in for a second. We have bacteria living inside our brain. The implications are just staggering.
So what does this mean for the future? It's a total game changer. Suddenly we're asking these incredible new questions, like, if bacteria are in the brain, could we actually use a probiotic to help treat something like Alzheimer's or Parkinson's disease?
And this isn't just a theory. We're already seeing it happen. There's this one specific bacteria, Lactobacillus plantarum PS128, that's been shown in studies to basically halt the progression of Parkinson's symptoms, a bacteria impacting a brain disease. This is absolutely phenomenal stuff.
Okay, so this is all incredible science, but what about us? Right now? How do we take all this information and actually start cultivating our own powerful inner army starting today?
I just love how Dr. Lee explains this. He says, think of your gut bacteria like pets, and you've got 39 trillion of them. And just like any pet, if you want them to be happy and healthy and take care of you, you gotta feed them, and you gotta feed them every single day.
So, what's on the menu for these little guys? Well, here's what they love: variety, all kinds of different whole foods. Our bodies evolved to handle a huge range of things. And on the flip side, what do they hate? You guessed it, all that ultra-processed junk packed with sugars and weird chemicals that just completely torpedo the whole system.
You know, this is really the most hopeful part of the whole story. Our bodies want to be healthy. We are literally hardwired to heal ourselves. And the best part is, it is never too late to start making changes that help your body do what it's designed to do.
So at the end of the day, what all this amazing science is telling us is that so much of our health is in our own hands. The power to live longer and, more importantly, to live with joy, it can literally start with what's on your plate for your very next meal. So the only real question is, what are you going to do with it?